Female Empowerment: How Women for Women International is Changing the World. Throughout much of the history of mankind, women have been oppressed, marginalized, and abused. Patriarchies have dominated societies throughout the world, and this has led to many societal issues such as gender inequality, domestic and sexual violence, and poor physical and mental health. In addition, it stunts the growth of prosperity. However, today we see many individuals and organizations working to empower impoverished women, educating them and providing them with the resources to be successful and productive members of their communities. One of the most prominent organizations today that is actively working to empower women economically and socially is Women for Women International, or WFWI. Women for Women International was founded in 1993 by Zainab Salbi and Ahmad Atala. They have provided phenomenal services to many impoverished and underprivileged women in conflict-ridden countries throughout the world. According to their website, www.womenforwomen.org, their mission statement is, in countries affected by conflict and war, Women for Women International supports the most marginalized women to earn and save money, improve health and well-being, influence decisions in their homes and communities, and connect to networks for support. By utilizing skills, knowledge, and resources, they are able to create sustainable change for themselves, their families, and communities. By providing these women with the resources and the education to improve their lives and to influence others, many communities will have more opportunities to achieve societal and economic growth. Women for Women International has done phenomenal work with women around the world by educating them about their health, rights, and societal importance. According to their website, www.womenforwomen.org, since 1993, Women for Women International has served more than 462,000 women in 8 conflict-affected countries. These countries include Afghanistan, Bosnia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Iraq, Kosovo, Nigeria, Rwanda, and South Sudan. Their work has been extremely effective in improving the lives of a lot of these women. They have an immense amount of support from people and government agencies all around the world. According to Women for Women International 2015 report, WFWI operates with the support of 311,000 donors and sponsors in 158 countries, and aid internationally distributed is over 120 million. The reason for the immense support is due to the fact that Women for Women International has produced extraordinary results by implanting their ideologies related to the empowerment of women. There are several different developmental theories that Women for Women International believes will empower women socially and economically. The first is teaching these underprivileged women how to be active members of their communities and how to influence others to become more productive and efficient. By developing strategized training programs that promote female empowerment, communities will benefit from it and experience social and economic growth. In addition, Women for Women International sets up these women for success after they have completed their education and training programs. According to the Women for Women International 2015 report, WFWI cultivates partnerships with businesses, other NGOs, and government partners to expand the opportunities available. Teaching the ability of networking is another developmental theory that has proven to be successful. Many women have the capabilities to produce many goods and services. However, they do not always have the proper connections to reach their full potential. Women for Women International has created programs that provide these women with potential business partners that can help increase their income and improve their quality of life. Teaching these individuals how to earn and budget their own money may be the most important aspect of empowering women. Many underprivileged women are oppressed and lack the tools and resources needed to live independently. According to Women for Women International 2015 annual report, they have been teaching women throughout the world vocational and business training, improving numeracy skills, budgeting household and business expenses. The document states that 91% of women report participating in household financial decisions 2 years after graduation, compared to 79% at enrollment. The share of school-age girls in school increases from 70% at enrollment to 85% 2 years after graduation. Teaching women how to become household leaders and to have the ability to make good financial decisions is necessary in order to move away from the patriarchal ideologies that have been oppressing them for generations. Once industrialization and modernization became prevalent in many cultures throughout the world, the role of the woman in the household was limited to domestic duties. According to Drulia Barker and Susan Feiner in their book titled Liberating Economics, Feminist Perspectives on Families, Work, and Globalization. Although women did find avenues for income earning, the general trend during the 19th century was that women's productive activities were increasingly relegated to the domestic sphere, and this contributed to the idea that women's work was not work at all. In order to put an end to these patriarchal ideologies, women must be educated and trained in professions that will allow them to live independently and not have to rely on men for financial support. Women for Women International has achieved this by creating programs that develop self-confidence and motivation for women that have lived their entire lives controlled by the male members of their communities. Another developmental theory that Women for Women International believes will empower women is providing them with the necessary knowledge and resources to improve the health of themselves and the members of their communities. Lack of health education is very prevalent among people living in poverty. This, along with the lack of resources, contributes to the high mortality rates seen within third world countries. Women for Women International teaches these women about the dangers of HIV and AIDS and other infectious diseases, mental disorders, nutrition, and family planning. In addition, they provide free health screenings and referrals to health insurance agencies. Women for Women International has been very effective in increasing the overall health of people in these impoverished communities. For example, according to the Women for Women International 2015 annual report, in remote parts of South Sudan where toilets are non-existent, WFWI participants use the knowledge from their health trainings and work together to dig pit latrines in their community. In 2015, there were reported a drop in diarrheal diseases in their children. This is evidence of how educating these women about health can have a tremendous positive effect on the rest of their communities. Health and security are extremely important in developing nations, according to Lourdes Benaria et al. In their book titled Gender Development and Globalization Economics as if All People Mattered. If women have greater control over household resources, they are more likely to invest in children's health and education, which would boost future economic growth. Moreover, improving women's own education health would improve child health and survival. For many women in these conflict-ridden countries, their health status is poor due to continued oppression and abuse within male-dominated societies. Lack of adequate health services and a strong prevalence of domestic violence contributes directly to the suffrage and lack of independence that is seen within many women throughout the world. Generations of systematic physical and emotional abuse have silenced the voices of many women. Women for Women International works with these women to teach them about their local laws and rights in order to combat domestic violence and sexual abuse that is rampant in some of these male-dominated communities. In addition, they encourage women to take leadership roles in their communities, to influence others, and raise awareness about societal issues that are negatively affecting their women. According to the Women for Women International 2015 annual report, in Rwanda 210 WFWI graduates won seats in their local elections in early 2016. In Nigeria, women participants have begun to freely express their ideas, and a woman now sits in the traditional cabinet dominated by men. If more women are able to achieve a greater influence on the rest of their community, they can make changes that will help close the gap on gender inequality. One of the most important developmental theories that Women for Women International utilizes in their work is educating the male members of these communities about gender equality, domestic violence, and sexual abuse towards women. It is important that the men in these communities are supportive and accepting of women taking a larger role in their communities. Women for Women International has been extremely effective in educating these men about the importance of having a women's voice, influence, and power within their communities. According to Women for Women International 2015 report, data from 560 graduates of the Men's Engagement Program in Afghanistan show that before starting the program, 1% of men demonstrated correct knowledge of what constitutes violence against women, compared to 53% at graduation. This is evidence that education is the key to reducing and eventually abolishing sexual and domestic abuse. The more men that are educated, the stronger the voice of the woman in male-dominated societies will grow. In conclusion, Women for Women International is one of the most significant organizations for empowering women throughout the world. They have developed education and training programs that promote societal and economic growth within conflict-ridden countries. By teaching women how to be economically independent, they will be able to become productive members of their communities and will no longer have to rely on men for support. Women for Women International has improved the health of many women by educating them with information about finance and health that will improve their lives as well as other members of their communities. In addition, they have been educating men and women about local laws and rights to prevent domestic and sexual violence and abuse. They have improved the lives of so many people through their efforts. They have an immense amount of support and funding. In 2018, it is evident that a revolution of women empowerment has been established, and it is continuing to grow stronger and stronger. Thank you.